It's not a plant, it's not an animal, it's not a fungus either, though it has been known to act like one. It's not even a mold, despite its name. This creeping goo is older than the dinosaurs and is proof that you don't need a brain to be smart. These are slime molds. Hey, I'm Tasha the Amazon, this is Rumi, and you're watching Floralogic. Today we're talking about the ooziest organisms of them all. No, I'm not talking about Slimer from Ghostbusters. I'm talking about ooey gooey slime mold. Slime mold is in a category all of its own, since it's not a plant, animal, or fungi. It's actually technically an amoeba that lives in the soil. Amoebas are any single-celled organisms that have the ability to crawl, but different amoeba species aren't necessarily super closely related to each other. Generally speaking, all amoebas, including slime molds, are enclosed by a cell wall and have at least one nucleus, which acts as the information center of the cell and controls and regulates its activity. These slimy amoebas can be found everywhere. There are around 1,000 known species, and they come in a huge range of colors. They live all over the world, but they prefer the warm and damp forest floor of the tropics, where they have access to rotting vegetation and can feed on bacteria, fungi, and yeast. There are, however, some species that thrive in arid deserts and the cold of Antarctica. Some slime molds have endearing nicknames, like living creepies, demon droppings, rotting mucus, and even dog vomit. I wonder what that last one looks like. Yeah, I don't know what I was expecting, but it's not good. No. Slime mold is a bit of a blanket term for a bunch of organisms that look and act similarly, but they can be separated into two broad categories, cellular and plasmodial. Cellular slime molds operate solo, but when they do encounter a food source, they'll put out signals to their friends and family to join the feast. These individuals will then form a mass and goo around as one, but each still remains a single cell. This type of cellular slime mold is almost always microscopic and can't be observed with the naked eye. Plasmodial slime molds, otherwise known as myzomycetes or true slime molds, can be seen with the naked eye and act very differently when they pile on. The most famous and well-studied of the true slime molds is the highlighter yellow Physarum polycephalum, which translates to many-headed slime. Like cellular slime molds, plasmodial slime molds turn into a pile of creeping goo. But in their case, when they form a mass, called a plasmodium or supercell, they become one single oozing unit. When these true slime molds band together, the cell walls between them disappear, and all of the nuclei operate as one. This mass is full of a system of veins, which are filled with a jelly-like substance called protoplasm. Wrapped around the veins are long strands of proteins which squeeze and relax, causing the protoplasm inside to pulsate forward. It's a system of locomotion that's utterly unique and definitely kind of unsettling. Unsurprisingly, the 1958 cult horror film, The Blob, was inspired by slime mold. Slime molds have receptors that give them a form of senses. They can smell if food is nearby and see by detecting light. They can even sense moisture and pH level. The direction of the slime mold's pulsing is in response to the signals these receptors are picking up. With Physarum polycephalum pulsating at about 1 centimeter per hour at room temperature, it can respond to these signals at an impressive pace. While slime molds don't have brains, they do exhibit pretty incredible behavioral intelligence. As far as a pile of goo goes, they can act much more intelligently than researchers ever expected. Several studies have shown that slime molds will consistently find the most efficient pathways between sources of food. One study famously placed oats, which slime molds go crazy for, by the way, in the same configuration of the major hubs of Tokyo, and the slime molds were able to almost exactly mimic the subway system. Japan's railway system, one of the most efficient in the world, was painstakingly created over decades by the best and brightest engineers, but the slime mold managed to accomplish the same efficiency in a single day. To arrive at their highly efficient routes, first, the slime mold fans out to explore its territory. Once it finds sources of food, it'll strengthen the most direct pathways between them and let less efficient routes dry up. If that's not smart enough for you, they've also been known to anticipate events. In another study, slime mold was exposed to unfavorable dry and cold conditions at regular intervals. In response, growth slowed during those periods. But before the next regular period of unfavorable conditions even began, the slime mold had already slowed its growth in anticipation of what was to come. It actually learned the pattern of these spells and took measures to protect itself before it was hit by the next wave of dry cold. I need you to know that where I come from, it's not uncommon to see people walking around in shorts in the snow. So you tell me, who sounds smarter? In yet another experiment, a small bridge was covered in salt with a yummy snack placed on the other side. Slime mold isn't harmed by salt, but it definitely doesn't like it. In a journey that would normally take an hour, the slime mold first needed 10 to reach the treat while navigating the salt. On each progressive day, however, the slime mold needed less and less time to cross the unpleasant salt to reach its snack. Within a few days, it was breezing over the salt in an hour, as if it wasn't even there. Pushing that experiment further, this first blob of slime was introduced to another that had no previous contact with salt. And within a few hours, even the new blob had learned to be okay with salt. So slime molds are capable of a kind of teaching and learning, which, if you ask me, is pretty damn smart. To germinate, similar to mushrooms, slime molds will sprout up fruiting bodies that throw spores. And these spores can travel. Genetically identical samples of slime mold have been found in both New Zealand and the US, meaning that the spores somehow managed to make it more than 14,000 kilometers to set up shop on another continent. The ability to travel so far and wide is also an extremely smart way to make sure you never run out of territory. So next time you have the urge to call someone a brainless amoeba, just know that you're actually complimenting their intelligence. So what should we talk about next? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for new episodes every week. See ya! This next sentence is delivered exclusively by the slime mold that has taken over Tasha's brain. Okay, let's tell you more about slime molds. Isn't that right, darling? Delicious. I'm wearing a shirt made of slime. But in their case, get over here. Roomy? Room. La la la. Okay. Oh, that's cool. That's all cool. If that's not smart enough, oh my God. My cats are ruining everything. Get over here.
Didn't you see the sign that says rolling?
Okay, you tell us about slime mold, Suk Suk. Do you like it?